Okay. Kayla got the 411, the 411. Sipping lemonade, throwing light shade. Okay.
The 411, the 411. Thank you, girl.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you so much for being on this new segment. This segment is newer of mine. It's called the Kayla Perspective. It's something that I do monthly. This was something kind of just to help me get back in the groove. I think I'm going through like a creator block. You ever heard of that?
Oh no! Not only have I heard it, I went through it as well. It's a
Like
real thing. It's like writers have writer's block because I write sometimes, a lot. I ain't gonna say sometimes. And then as a creator, you want to do a lot of different things, but it becomes overwhelming because you try to do too much. So then you don't end up doing anything, and then it's like, what I'm, like good grief, like now I'm stuck. And then you try to figure out a good way to reset, which is probably the hardest thing.
Yes, it really is. I feel like I was just going so creative, and then also I just feel like when you kind of like an outsider and you look at this industry, it just makes you be like, I don't think I really want to be a part of Hollywood, So just taking my time, like we were talking about me time, and I don't know about you. Do you have children?
Yeah, I have a 9-year-old son.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I have a 11-year-old daughter. So are you a single parent? Are you married?
I am. I'm definitely a single parent. His mom is amazing though. I mean, she's definitely active. She takes care of the majority of everything. She's an amazing woman. I don't think I would be where I am mentally without her encouragement and her inspiration. She always an inspiration to me. So I appreciate her.
You know what? Hearing a man say something like that about somebody who birthed, especially their first seed, I think that is just beautiful. I would hope my child's father.
Well, see, me and her, I guess, things don't work out. You never know God's plan. You never know what the future holds.
And also when I'm learning as well, too, sometimes I feel like, just spiritually, sometimes God placed children in your life for you to be able to heal some things that maybe you went through as a child or things that, you may get through a moment in life where you're like really down, like we were talking about mental health earlier in the show, and your children are literally like your motivation. Like even those days where you may not want to get up, but I already knew. First of all, I'm Kayla Got the 411, so you already know I know everything. So I already knew you was a dad, but I just wanted you to be able to introduce that. So the fact that
I love my son to death. Like my son is my reason I try to keep my hustle going here in Atlanta. He, like I said, he lives with his mother. She's an absolutely phenomenal woman. So it's not like, it's a struggle for me. She don't make it hard on me. She don't give me no grief. She does a lot of encouraging. She prays with me and for me, and I do the same for her. So it's like, at the end of the day, all you can do is just ask for something like that, even if it don't really work out between me and her. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you never know what the future holds, but at the same token, you always want to encourage somebody to be better and just learn from an experience. And you never know where God will take your life or hers or, or y'all together. You never really know. So I don't look at it with that framework. I just look at it as like, okay, I have a responsibility. She's doing an amazing job. I make sure I do what I need to do to make sure she knows that I'm here and I'm available. So
okay. So people don't know this topic for this episode of the month the topic is called I've Got Work to Do. Okay, it's perfect, on aim. And it's just talking about two people from a male and woman point of view who are single. You are single, right?
Yes.
Okay. You ain't got no wives out here, no fiancés.
No, the only one I have is the one I don't have. But like I said, we were married. We have a 9-year-old son, and like I said, he's my everything. But outside of that, no, I don't have any other. No mistresses, none of that extra. I'm just single.
Because they will jump in the car. I've had some shows with some men.
And they can feel free. Ain't nothing going. It's gonna be crickets in that mug because I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing moving. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a place of rebranding and focusing. And it's like I know it's a cliche to say, "Well, I'm working on me," but it's like,
it's not.
I kind of am in a different position where that's not really my concern right now.
Okay. I'm working on me. Okay. I'm single. I'm not looking for love, but if love finds me, I may be open to it. I am celibate. So trust me, there's nothing wrong with working on me. And it all I love the go ahead on. The way you line it up is perfectly into the topic. I've got work to do, especially as single people. I believe in, while you're single, you should definitely be doing the work that you need to do so that when you meet that person for you, you already come healed, you already come heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when it comes to me, I don't like baggage. I'm a Libra, and I need my scales to be balanced. Okay.
You guess what? I'm a Libra, October 12th. So I feel you.
What?
I feel you. It's all about life is all about balance.
Okay.
And it's the reason I say is all about balance is for more than one reason. It's balance because you have to have yourself together. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I think people forget how important it is to be not just physically, but mentally together.
Come on.
You gotta know where you are and where you're trying to go, because how can I be a leader if I can't lead a woman if I'm not prepared to put myself in that position mentally or physically, you know what I'm saying, or emotionally. It's a lot of different factors that
It's a
factor
lot
into
that
it.
goes into it as well. And
Yeah.
I think, I've been seeing a lot of things on Twitter and TikTok where people are like, I'm sick of dating. Like, I mean, I don't know how many more horror stories of dating that I can take on my timeline on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I see them all. I see a lot of it. Yeah.
It's getting a bit much. It's kind of, I kind of feel like from my perspective, because I know the last guy that I ended up going on a date for, how us Libras are. I'm pretty sure you may get a little annoyed with the
Yeah.
show, because you know how
Yeah.
people always say us Libras, we're fake. We're not fake. We always see both sides of the situation.
No,
I
it's
feel
just
like,
it's hard for us
yeah,
to make a decision on certain things because we
yeah,
really try to look at different factors. So I get that. No, I
yeah.
mean, as a Libra, yeah, like I know for me when I started dating after my divorce was hard because that's not something I originally wanted when
Mm-hmm.
it happened. So it wasn't easy for me to get through. So I think that I jump started that ship too early because I was trying to find something that wasn't really there for me because I wasn't there. I was still checked out because the emotional scars from that don't go away sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Especially if it's somebody you plan on spending the rest of your life with. It's not like somebody you just broke up with. No, it's not. There's a soul tie there. There's a connection.
Yes.
It's spiritual. It's beyond just
Okay.
what people see from that. So when I think from just my personal experience, when you come out of that, it's really, really hard because you don't want to compare somebody to somebody before them,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to set an expectation of what you want, because if it didn't work, then you obviously got to put yourself in the mode of, okay, find out who you are before you go out looking for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, you're gonna end up hurting other people or yourself because you just trying to fill that void that you
That
have.
void.
Yeah.
That you
And
missed.
as single people, we all have voids. We want to be compassionate. We want to go out on dates. We want to, be intimate. But if you get that wrong energy connected to you, that wrong spirit connected to you, then it's gonna be even worse than not having nobody.
Exactly.
So you might as
Personally,
well
for
just
me, I have had a soul tie, and it lasted 3 months. It didn't end until he ended up dating somebody else. Like literally, it's like I felt it. My body was off. My cycle was off. But as soon as he got with somebody else, it was like I was back to normal. So
did you think he felt the same, or you think it was just you?
I think it was just me.
You
Yeah.
know what? I hate that. Not for you, but I'm saying I've been there because
Yeah.
I had a situation where I know ain't no way I should have been talking to who I was talking to.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't even. It's nothing against her. It's just what you worthy of. And sometimes when people
Yes.
come into your life, you kind of force it because you think it's something there. Ain't shit there.
And it's always those things that's like, okay, so let me go into the first one, right? So let's go back to, why are we both single? We all
Okay.
have choices on why we're single. Some people are single by choice, and some people are single just because, they have no other choice but to be single. They just have not found anybody as of yet. So since you are my guest, tell me why you are single. And since you mentioned that you were married, like what was the reason for that ending? And then I'll go after you.
Well, first I'm single because I don't think I'm prepared to be in a situation where I'm trying to be with somebody,
Ooh, that's
because you have to be prepared for that.
mm-hmm.
Mentally, you have to be checked in. You have to be dialed in when you find somebody and you get into that situation where it might work. And who's to say God don't put her in front of my face or present me with an opportunity that I'm not going to take it, because I feel like that's usually when it happens.
Yeah.
God show up when you don't expect him to. And that's who I'm waiting on, because he'll show me her. But
Mm-hmm.
when our relationship ended, me and my ex-wife, she was, like I said, we had a situation where we got married a little younger in the situation, and I think that it was a lot of learning for me. I can't speak on her and how she felt about that. But I know from my part, the part that I played, my accountability on it, it wasn't anything other than me learning how to be a proper husband. See, you don't like my dad died when I was 19. Not making that an excuse that I didn't see good men around my life, but their marriage is not going to be my marriage.
Come on.
So what they do is not what I'm going to do. You can see good examples, but your situation is never going to be like the next person's situation. It may be similar, but you and that other person is locked in. So if you are, then y'all have to be on the same page, whether it's through anything. And I just think that we both had a lot of growing to do, and we both had a lot of things going on where we weren't communicating properly. And that's more or less on me, because I think I'm supposed, as a leader, you're supposed to be able to protect and be that person to communicate and be a leader. You got, and most importantly, like I said, you have to protect. And I'm not saying I'll just let her do anything, but I think I fell short of being who I should have been at that time. And I'm grateful for the experience, because I'm aware of how to move forward with my next relationship, marriage, etc. because of that. Like I said, I don't put any blame on her. Not that she wouldn't say that, because everybody said they got parts to play in situations, and accountability is huge. But I can only be accountable for me and the things that I did, because I need to make her feel secure. I need to make her feel safe. I make sure that she knew I was invested. And a lot of those things I think I fell short for during my marriage. But being single now is cool, because
let me ask you a question. Though. Did you discover this on your own through like self, reflection, or was this something that you all discussed like after it ended? Like, this is A, B, and C, D that you did wrong in the marriage. Like, how did you come to terms with that?
She never was one, and that's why I appreciate her to this day. She was never one to just say, well, this was what you did and this is your fault. We took time apart to grow and find who we were. And I spoke to different people who were married. I spoke to my pastor, and there's a lot of different things that they articulated to me that's required of a man to properly be married, to properly be a husband. So you just go. So I went searching for information. I didn't go looking for ultimate reasons on my side, because eventually, once you get information, you know exactly what you did wrong in that process.
Come on, you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah, get the information, and I thank God I got information from people I got it from, because it's learning. Like picking up a book or learning a new language. You gotta, in order to figure it out, you have to study it. You have to find out exactly what it means to you, how passionate are you about it, and then take that information and move forward so you can analyze yourself and then try to be better. I just try to be better daily. And that's one thing I tell myself every time I get up. Thank God, and I say, look, I'm just trying to be better daily. Something I can do better than I did the day before.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 41. I'll be 42 in October. I'm excited about it.
They said black don't crack, but black really don't crack, do it. Okay?
It don't.
Unless you don't crack, okay.
I thank God for that.
Because I can tell, I don't know if people are familiar with like a Saturn return, but I'm 32, so I went through that stage from 28 to 30, where like your mind is just all over the place. You don't realize like you have to learn, you're healing, and you just don't know who it is now. So I always feel like people dread going into their 30s because they're not open enough and they're afraid of doing the work and looking at themselves, like how you mentioned earlier, like, okay, I am a great person, but there are some things that I can change as well. And one of the reasons why I am single is because I have been in love, but I don't think I've ever found anybody that loves me.
That's tough.
Yeah, and that really is. But it took a lot of reflection in me, because when you actually know your worth, and like you said, you get to know yourself, celibacy, all these soul type people understand why their mind is so debauched is because you're sleeping, you're laying next to demons.
Man,
like,
you better say that. You learn real quick. You learn quick.
He's fighting demons, or she's fighting demons. Now you're taking on those demons, and you don't know why you're battling depression, or why you're battling anxiety, something that you've never been through before, because you've taken on from that person that you lay with. Everybody, sex feels good for those 10 minutes.
And that energy you give, you exchange in energy. You ain't just exchanging body fluid, you exchanging energy. When you put yourself in that situation. And I'm telling you, like, these people out here, they deceiving because they come across one way and they really don't have they don't have their stuff together either, and you don't know that until you invest it. And us as men, I think that we, not all of us, a majority of us need to do a better job of investing in somebody that actually has something of value for them, because we tend to act like we don't need certain things because we men. We need stuff too. Yeah. And we need different types of things to be good for us because everybody's so different, right? But find your element that makes it good for you. Like what makes it good for Jessica? What do I want from a woman? That, and I mean, whatever it is your preference. Exactly. I don't care if people need somebody to be financially stable. If they need somebody to have XYZ, that's fine. That's your preference. I don't care. I'm not here to judge that, but that might not necessarily be what I need.
Exactly. And today, I feel like too many people are forcing their beliefs and their wants and their preferences onto others. And like, for example, if I, as a woman, say I want somebody who's financially stable, other people will look at it and be like, other women be like, well, I don't need that. I just need somebody that loves me. Okay, but that's okay, baby. That's what you need. You are not me. I am Kayla and you are Jane. And Kayla and Jane are not going to want the same things in life. So sometimes we just have to like look past what somebody else wants and determine what you want. Because what I want, I'm not trying to project it onto you. And there are some people out there who, as well, a lot of these podcast shows, they are projecting, what it is they want. And now all the men in the world thinking that they need this particular woman with this particular body. No, maybe, have you ever sit down and thought to yourself, like, you know what? I like petite women. I really like women who are really into health. And that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and people act like their preferences is a downfall. It's not. You like what you like. It's okay. Like. But don't put. I think that people put more emphasis on what they want versus what they need in men and women, because women complain about a guy that don't have a house, got a roommate, got a half a job, but because they like the way they have sex together, that's their connection, and that's why they stick around.
I know so many. Let me tell you something.
It'd be the dumbest thing to me. Like, how are you connected to a stick? Like, it's not even like, and that's it, and that's all. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the same go for dudes. Dudes go for a woman that just give him whatever he want, sexually, financially, but like, she ain't got no substance, and you don't really care about her. You just using her. What good is that in the end game for you? You know what I'm saying? Each his own. I'm not judging. I'm just saying this is the things that we see when we out here in this world. Friends, you see relationships that go like that, and you can hear, well, girl, why are you with him? XYZ. And then they give you all these excuses. You like, damn, well, that's dumb. But they won't break that cycle until they hit a rock bottom of sorts, because you have to get to a point where you see like an epiphany got to arrive. You can't be stupid your whole life. A guy can't
Nothing works my nerves more than people who are aging but not gaining wisdom. Like, you're just wasting life away. Like, as you age, aging is a beautiful thing. I'm 32, and I'm not like a guy that I gave my number to at 22. Absolutely not. You couldn't even approach me at age 32.
You shouldn't be doing the same. You shouldn't be doing the same things, practicing the same habits. Absolutely. If you are, then you're not really trying to grow as a person. And that's a man or a woman. If you're doing the same thing, and not just birthday related, but here's an example. You see a guy and he having a birthday bash, and this is the 5th or 6th year he goes to another club and have a bash and invite people over. Like, bro, like, you're not going to do nothing different? You're not going to do nothing different. You're going to do the same thing with the same people and look up and do the same things. Like, what have you done? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to be? Where are you trying to go? Like, what's your story? You know what I'm saying? Like, same for women. Women, don't go chasing somebody and be in a club or a lounge or a bar, and you look up 5-10 years later, you're doing the same thing. Like, where's the growth? Where are your friends, and why are they not growing with you? Like, sometimes the people that's around you, sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you, the person that's around the other people that's bringing them down. And you don't even know it, because you bring you down because whatever's going on in your life. That's why I say self-care is important, because you can bring other people down with bad energy. and I don't
Oh
like to
yeah,
be around it because you can feel it.
I've cut off so many friendships and women, because it's kind of like every time I see you, excuse my language, but it's like, where the niggas at? Where the niggas at? Where the niggas at, girl? Like nobody,
Yeah.
like that's not my mindset when I go out. I go out to have a good time. I want to talk. How are our children doing? Girl, how
Right.
your job doing?
That's
Girl,
all I'm
I'm going
saying.
on this vacation. Girl,
You're
this is
supposed to
going
catch up with your people and have a good time, but it ain't supposed to be the same
the
thing over
same
and
thing,
over.
and it's like I don't have time for that. And a lot of also as well, leading into the next question. Before I'm gonna say this, change is a beautiful thing, but change can be scary because you don't know the outcome.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may have to change your friendships. You may have to just cut off some relationships, friendships, that career. Also, a few family members. You may even have to move, to another city. Change is scary, but I promise you, once you actually do it, it'll be okay. And when it comes to dating, things are going to always change, and you have to be open-minded. Now, since we both are single, I take it you're out here dating. I'm not over here actively dating, but I am not closed off to it as well. So I'm gonna tell you,
I'm like you. I'm like you. Same way.
you like me as well. So I'm gonna speak from a woman's point of view what the dating scene is like, and you just tell me from a male point of view after what the male dating scene.
Okay.
So just based off the last date that I did go on, I think the more I spoke to him, the more he told on himself. Like he was talking about, his previous relationship where he was married and she was this and she was that and she was this and talked about this lady, dragged this lady through the mud. Okay. That right there turned me off right there, because if you do that to somebody that pushed out 3 of your kids, who's to say you wouldn't blast me and do me like that as well?
You're right. No,
So that right there was kind of like an introduction. A lot of times on dates, it's like people come with baggage. They don't realize it's a date. I don't know you. You don't know me. We're here to see if this could possibly lead on to a second date. Okay. But also the issue as a woman, from my point of view, is a lot of men don't want to ask you on a date. Now, I don't know what other women out here are doing, but I am not coming to your house and you are not coming to my house, especially the fact that I have a child. Okay. You can't even know my address. You lucky if I let you know my last name. Okay. So asking a lady, hey, I really want to get to know you, what you doing, Saturday, when you go out for brunch. Like, they just want to skip that and be like, pull up on me. That right there don't work on me. And it's unfortunate because it shows me what are the other women out there like. Is it that easy? Like, is it that easy to smash? Is it that easy? Like, you can smash without even buying some chicken and waffles? Like, no movie? No movie?
So to answer that question, I call it the law of averages. Now, I'm a logical person, so I think it through. The way I look at it is this: if a guy is, and this is just in this instance because you asked the question and kind of stir up, because I always talk about this. I even talk about this on the date if I have a date or not. I don't really go on a lot of dates. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie like I'm just dating crazy. Like, I'm very selective if I do decide to give somebody my time, because I just don't have a lot of it these days. But so law averages. This is how I look at this. Let's just say, for example, here's a good example. I use this one. Let's say you talking to a guy and he sends you a dick pic, right? Unsolicited. You didn't ask for it. I'm sure it's happened. So guess what? You're not the first person he sent that to. The law of averages tells me that out of the 10 girls he sent it to, at least one actually went for it and he actually smashed. Same thing with the dating situation. Yeah. Out of 10 women that he's probably asked to come pull up on him, one probably pulled up and he probably smashed. So in his mind, he's thinking, oh, if she did it, I can definitely do it again. So he's going to continue to attempt to do it, even though his percentage is way too low and it only happened a couple of times. In his mind, he thinks that it's successful because he's done it before. So, and that's just coming from somebody who just looked at it and I analyzed the situation, because you got people that do that just ask, hey, why don't you pull up on me? Why don't you pull up on me? And then, okay, look, now, if you have intent to smash and you say pull up on me, then at least say that.
Exactly.
Like, give the person the choice to make a decision. Am I a fan of those first dates? Pull up to my house? Nah, because you probably should go on a date first. Or if y'all have been out and y'all have had a good time and y'all spent time together, whether it was a date or not, it's not y'all first interaction is basically what I'm saying. You shouldn't be at somebody's house. You should have been in their energy before you even had a balls to ask somebody to pull up to your spot.
Exactly.
But to your point, yeah, it's just the law of averages. Niggas gonna be niggas. I hate to say it that way, but that's just they gonna, because that's all they know. If it worked before, they automatically gonna think, oh, this is gonna work again at some point. So they just gonna keep doing it. Same thing with somebody being in somebody's inbox.
Until they run into me, and now I'm a bitch.
Well, they run into a real one, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Kayla,
now I'm a bitch.
We know that, but there's a lot of people that is a lot of women that are in a situation where they're not insecure, but they need attention, they need affection, and hell, they may want it too. So in that sense, okay, I like him, he cute. I'm gonna see what it's on. We'll see what he on, and it just saturates it for us because now it's like, here I go if I want to talk to somebody, and now it's like they don't trust it because hell, every past 3-4 dudes they didn't talk to try to smash.
Exactly.
And now it's tougher for somebody to actually want something genuine, real, and honest. I ain't saying there's a lot of us, but it's some of us out here.
Yeah, that's a few. But, you got to dig in there, but it's a few.
Yeah, this is a little we got to shuffle through, but but we out here, and I truly believe that the mistakes of others really hinder the progress of relationships. That's why you see online is always men versus women. You always see men putting some stupid up and the women putting up just as stupid up because they've been through something because somebody mistreated them. And it happened that way. They want to be about something, but they not, because they just want to smash, or they just want to use their car, or they just want some.
And that's okay, because God knows in my early 20s, I definitely went through my whole stage, where you're just young and you're dumb and you just, you just want somebody to take your stress off. But when you clearly, you can tell how a woman moves or a man moves, like you can get that vibe. It's like the audacity of you, to think that can work. Like nobody's dumb, right? Nobody dumb, right?
Right.
You can look at just how you meet somebody. Like, okay, I can see he's kind of serious. Like we don't even know. We've met once, right? But I can tell from this conversation with you, like, okay, you are a man who's mature. You have wisdom. Like you want something in life. You're actually, putting in the work into yourself. I can tell that. I can tell that from yourself.
But I got that same energy from you when we met at the premiere. Like we had a whole conversation before you even did the interview. Like we had a whole conversation. You probably don't remember, but I remember because I don't really.
You know what? I was so stressed out. I didn't know what was going on.
Because you was having some. It's funny because you was having some. I think you was having some sound issues, like from your recording to the actual sound.
That's why. I was stressed.
When we did the movie premiere and I was there. And it was cool. Like, the Joy premiere was super dope. And you was cool. I think I still got pictures in my phone of you interviewing like somebody else. And then the guy took a picture of you interviewing me, but one of the other cast members. But like, no, when you have a conversation with somebody, you can tell what their intentions are. After a while, like it's not always an initial, because people can really shield what they're trying to do or be. From other people for protective reasons and also for demonic reasons, I believe, because I feel like they want to hide. They want to hide who they are to pull somebody in. But I also believe that people, I'm just saying they do. And some people are guarded because they've been mistreated. So it's like they may think you cool, but it's like, oh, I don't know, because last person or the two people before you was on some bullshit. Like that's what you up. That's what you up against. So for me, like when you was talking about this, I was like, I can speak on that. I can speak on relationships because I think that going through something and growing from it and trying to become somebody different on the other side is what should happen when you go through something like that. Like, obviously you don't want to go through no divorce. Lord knows I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Like the feeling itself, the process wasn't, I thank God it wasn't one of those things that was like trying for me. It was really seamless, but the emotion part for me was really tough. It was really, really tough. And I can't speak for her. I'm sure it was tough for her too. I mean, I don't know anybody that'd be happy to get out of something when they want to be in it forever. So I think that people forget when people get into relationships that the goal is to be forever. And if it's not, then what are you really doing? That means you have a different idea of what you really want from that person. You just want a companion, or do you want a life partner? Because you should be clear about what you're trying to do. And that's another reason dating is really tough now. Because
let's go into like, what is the dating scene for you as a male, as a single male and single father as well?
Well, the single father thing is easy because my son, he lives 2 states over, so I travel to see him. Like every I want to say every other weekend, or as much as I can. Recently every other weekend, but as much as I can. But so that's not a problem for me because I live alone. I don't have no roommates, I don't have none of that. It's just me. But dating in Atlanta from the dates that I've been on, it's been interesting because none have been like the same. Like none have been like the others. Like some have been really bad. I was stood up once. Like there's a lot of different variations on it. Like you can tell when somebody here and they just hungry, they just want something to eat. They have zero interest. Like for a guy that really genuinely cares and appreciates someone's time and values someone's time and is thoughtful enough to plan a date and do something like that, it's really frustrating because you are up against it because there's a lot of people that don't understand. And then they get real guarded and confused when you are genuine like that because they don't believe it. And I get it.
It is, and it's a lot going on with like love bombing as well. It's like a term.
Because people
that's a scary term. It's a term that we've used and realized what it is, and it's scary as hell. I know it scares the hell out of me. You come on too strong for me, I'm thinking, serial killer.
Like, like this dude, why is he single? Like, I got that question. I'm like, I'm single because I'm single. Like, I don't have to. Everybody that's a good person is not in a whole relationship. They do realize that. That's why it's called being single. Like it's genuine people out here, men and women. Like, but the problem is everybody's so damn scared because they've been mistreated by people that don't have genuine intentions.
And isn't that sucky? Because for me, I've met so many married men that are out here acting single. It is disturbing.
I hear that so much. That's so frustrating.
It's disturbing. I literally met a guy who was literally married to this lady over 20 years. I had no idea that he was married at all. The creepiest part was that me and this lady had the same birthday. Do you understand? Me and this lady had the same birthday.
Wow.
And she was when I found her, it was like looking at my 20-year, like me, I'm 32 now. Like imagine me at 52.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I was looking at.
Like, same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna look the same. We on crack. You gonna look the same.
Like
you gonna look the same.
Like a little old, a little older, but she's like into all the stuff I'm in. And I was like, this is the fact that you was able to get this past me, not me who's the investigator. I think that kind of really like.
That's also a problem though. Like the search for and you gonna really find it is gonna play true, but sometimes it don't because some of these people are crafty and I don't look for nothing. I just let karma handle people now. You want
to know how I found out?
How?
In a dream. Let me tell you, this was the most startling dream ever because I don't even remember being awoke. Now I've had a few instances where dreams have told me information about guys, but I've never had one. It was kind of like I don't think I was actually woke. All I know is in this dream, I was led because I had been doing so much research on him. Like I could never find much about him. Like I found a few family members, nothing. This dream led me exactly to his brother page, exactly to a particular comment that said, "Love you, brother-in-law." To that comment to this lady, literally in under a minute, when I had literally been searching for months. Like, you can't tell me the spirit guys was like, "Girl, wake your ass up."
No, I believe it. Guy, like my pastor told me that I dream. My visions are in dream and picture form. Sometimes you can get spoken to in dreams in picture form. Sometimes people speak to you. Sometimes you can see action, but that's normal. And it just don't happen to people because they're not clear enough to see it.
Yes.
You have to. Your mind is flooded. Your brain is jaded. You're not clear enough to see what God is trying to show you because that's the only person who showed it to you. If I'm being brutally honest, God showed you that, and He showed you that for you to find out. Like if what else would that be? You know what I'm saying? People call it whatever you want to call it. That's just God showing you in picture form,
Okay.
in video form of what you need. Like I think I dream in vision, so it's like I see things and I usually act on it, but I'm really cautious on how I move when I see it because I want to make sure that I'm receiving it correctly. Because you don't want to misinterpret something. But I'm happy that happened to you because you got to see it. You weren't in that platform where you were stuck under that. Because imagine how many women don't know, and they going through it, and
and how many women that don't care. They
yeah,
don't care.
yeah, and that's the other frustrating part. Some women that don't care and still do it, still date a man that you know that man got a family, but you don't care because he's doing XYZ for you. It's usually financially. It's 99% financially motivated, and that's why people be like, well, you should date people that got money, should date people that got money. No, you should just date an honorable person, asshole. It don't matter who got more money. Like, as long as they got goals and they trying to do something with themselves and they out here bumming off nobody else, then date who's for you. If you find a millionaire and y'all hit it off, so be it. Don't date them because they're a millionaire. That don't mean your life gonna be good. That don't mean that their life gonna be good. That's what divorce is. Like, find somebody who you can have a real genuine connection to and see where that goes. And another problem with dating is I think that a lot of women date multiple men at one time. And that's the new thing. Now, I say that's new because I think I'm traditional in that sense. I don't think I could date multiple women at one time. I'm not built like that. And neither is my bank account. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be paying for all these dates because dating in Atlanta ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap at all, especially when you include parking.
Let me tell you something, because you can't park nowhere without paying. So my thing is, here's a story. A friend of mine told me this didn't happen to me, so I just listen to the story because apparently people like to come to me and tell me things. So, good friend of mine, he was like, dude, I was on a dating app and I met a girl and we were just exchanging their conversation back and forth, and it was real cool. We exchanged numbers, we started texting. And he asked her, how was her day? And she was like, really good. It was cool. I went on a lunch date, blah, blah, blah. And he like, oh, okay. Like, he thinking she went on a lunch date with one of her coworkers or something. But lo and behold, she worked from home. So that's another piece of the story. But so he didn't really think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you tell somebody you interested in you went on a lunch date? So fast forward a couple of days, they still having a conversation, hitting it off pretty well. Like, they talking every day. He said he let me know they talk daily. It's not like they, you know what I'm saying, they don't kick it, they don't talk every other day. They talk daily now at this point. So it's like 2 weeks in. Same week that she went on lunch date, he asked her on Friday what was she doing? Oh no, I'm going out on a date. Okay. You going on a date like with your girl? She's like, no, I got a date. You know what I'm saying? I got a date, and then I actually have somebody I'm meeting tomorrow for lunch. I'm like, oh, so okay. So I'm like, by my count, that's 3, bro. Like, so are you 4? Like, is she expecting you to ask her out on a date at this point? Like, because she's already been on 3 dates this week. Is she hungry, or is she can't be interested in you? Because he was confused on like why she was telling him. And I told him, like, bro, I mean, for one, give her credit because she was honest. She could have lied. She could have lied. At least she told you the truth. But she gave you the option to choose. But you didn't have to put that bid in to say, oh, damn, well, I should be number 4. No, this is not a reality show. You're not fighting for this girl, like, to be your woman. You trying to get to know her to see if she going to be your woman. Now, if you can't handle a woman that's dating multiple guys, that's cool, because some women, that's their groove. They want to date multiple guys, may the best man win, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Me personally, I told him I wouldn't do that, bro, because it's like, I don't think somebody can genuinely get to know you and 3 other people at the same goddamn time. It's just not possible. How? What time? If you have that much time, you don't have a job or you don't have responsibles, because you can't.
I've been through that as well. And personally, for me, when I started forgetting shit, like, wait a minute. Hold on. He was like, my favorite color ain't red. I was like, I thought you said your favorite color was red.
You don't like the Hawks?
I'm like,
man, who is that that like the Hawks? Like, you doing too much.
When I start getting shit like that confused, let me tell you something. When I made a mistake and called this guy by the wrong name, I'm trying to tell you.
And it's not lying to nobody. Yeah. It's just you putting too much information on yourself. You can't get to know somebody if you're trying to get to know everybody. You can't.
And it depends on like your stage of dating. I know personally for me, there are some people that like stage, like, people that's casually dating. They just want to, I meet a guy, there's no attachment. I'll go out to dinner with him. Okay, I'll go out to dinner. They're dating casually, and if they happen to meet
And that's
somebody,
what that's called. But
yeah,
you can't casual date and then say on every website you own you looking for a husband or you looking for somebody to
yeah,
be married, because now you misrepresent yourself because you just
yeah,
casually dating. But you don't want to tell
yeah,
somebody you casually dating because you want a guy to try to put they all into you instead
yeah.
of telling the truth. Same thing with a dude. Don't tell a chick you want to be married or in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
when you casually dating, because it's
Yes.
gonna make you look like you out here being a hoe, because you
Mm-hmm.
taking all these women out doing all this extra stuff with all these different women, but you claiming you want a wife. You want
And
somebody.
you know what? I love the fact that you brought up dating on social media, because I swear it's like the way you are lining up this conversation, it's like lined up with all the questions. Because
Well,
my
I
next
used to
question was going to
host
be
a show every
like,
now and again. Once upon a time, I used to have my own online show once upon a time. But
you're funny.
that's a while back.
So, do you think online dating is something that is helpful? If you do, like, what are some do's and don'ts that you do and some tricks? Now, I'll go first because I think this is really important to say as a plus size girl. I came across a TikTok of a lady who went out on a date, and the man was very disturbed when he realized that she did not look like her pictures, and when she posted
Mm,
pictures, she did not look like her pictures. I think as a plus size woman who has confidence, and you have to know your worth as well, you have to understand that there are some men who may be, attracted to our body type, but there are some men they may not as well too, and that's
right.
okay. You
Mm-hmm.
need to be honest, because saying that you're curvy, baby, if you're a plus size girl or whatever you call yourself, BBW, I hate that terminology. It sounds like porn.
I don't like it either. I
I
make
hate
it
it.
sound like it make it sound like a surgery. I don't like it.
Yeah, just be honest on social
Yeah.
media. You need to post full body pictures. You need to post pictures with no filter, okay?
No angles.
And no angles. You have to be honest
I
with
agree.
the same way we want men to be honest with us. Because there are some men who post pictures with, in front of their homeboy car. His BMW, because
Or put on a hat
that
and then put
happened
on a
to
hat because
me.
put on a hat with his dreads because he ain't got no dreads on the top. I feel you.
Okay. Or
I
he
feel you.
bald head and he got a hat on. We all, with social media, I think online dating, I really
Yeah.
don't like it anymore. Not just because it's dangerous. It can be dangerous if you don't do
Yeah.
it properly. But also a lot of people think it's like The Sims. This is not The Sims game, baby, where you can
Mm-mm.
just make your own virtual world. You can be what you
Right.
want to do. A lot of people are not being honest on there. But my advice for all women is just be truthful. Try to post 3 body pictures. At least 3 face pictures, 1 with no makeup on. That'll be, polite. I feel like
Yeah.
when it comes to dating, let's be honest. When it comes to online dating, we all are judging each other's looks. If you ugly to me, I'm just gonna go ahead and swipe life, and that's just be my honest.
Well, no, you ain't wrong. You ain't
Yeah.
wrong, and I agree with you. I think that in like I said, women and men, they need to stop trying to hide who they are as far as they, like you said, body types. Some men love women that are bigger. Like, so what? Some men love it. And how you gonna know who really attracted to you if you out here faking and try to get something that's not attracted to you?
Exactly.
What
And if you are
what is that?
uncomfortable, if
Right.
you
What
are
does that
uncomfortable
solve? Because
posting full body
yeah,
pictures, then
yeah.
you may not need to be online dating.
You should, first of all, you shouldn't be online dating if you're uncomfortable with that, because that means you're insecure to a sense where you're not feeling comfortable, so you want to manipulate it to bring somebody else in. Again, why would you bring somebody into your life who likes a version of you that you don't even like of you, that's not real? Because then they're not gonna like the real you, because that's not who they saw.
Exactly.
We all creatures of our eyes. We see and we like what we see because that's what we see first. So
okay.
I hate when people be like, well, I like his personality. No, you did not. You liked that this man was 6 foot and he was 210 and he was muscular. That's why you liked him when he first saw him. But there's nothing wrong with that. Personality, but personality does factor in after you physically, personally attracted to somebody. Like, I don't care about that. And I think that, like you said, that's one of the biggest things. Like, don't portray to be somebody you're not, because they eventually have to see you. Unless you're gonna have some type of surgery before then, you might want to just stick to what you are, because you just putting yourself in a situation where you're not really genuinely, people don't see you. They're gonna see somebody else like you. That's not who that is. And you think that's gonna be okay with them? No. Don't be mad when they just try to smash and then don't talk to you, because you just put yourself in that situation. Because they were looking for the person they saw on the computer or their phone. That's not them. So they're gonna do whatever. They're gonna mistreat that person, and then that person gonna come back and mistreat men online or women. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we all have to be fair, and I just think it's two different type of categories when it comes to dating. I feel like a lot of people are playing around, and there are people who actually want to date seriously. I think I'm in the middle. I'm not looking for a husband. I'm not looking for somebody, but I am open to it. You know, if I meet somebody,
you okay with seeing what's out there? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm not actually dating. I'm not dating. I'm not sexually active. If I meet somebody.
Yeah, you don't have to be in pursuit to see what's out there. If you accept a date, don't mean you dating. You just seeing what's out there for you. It may work. You looking for a vibe. You looking for a connection. But you don't have to be actively doing that. It can just come to your life. Like I said, when God showed me her is when He showed me her, and then that's when I'll push. Like, and then I'll start making my adjustments accordingly, all based off that. But to answer your social media question, social media ruined relationships. It didn't help. It ruined relationships. It's ruining relationships. And the reason why is because people go to the internet for validation and information, and that can all be fictional. That can all be fake, and it can be real because there's been situations where I've seen a guy who got in a situation where he was married and he had 2 different Facebook pages, and he got caught up. Like, and the girl he was talking to that wasn't his wife blew his shit up. In both sides, and it was messed up, but not for him because that's his fault. That's his baby laid in it, but for her because her feelings is genuinely hurt. And women are petty when it comes to that online because they'll expose you. Like if a dude exposes a woman online, somebody gonna call him soft or he weak. Blah blah blah.
That used to be me back in my 20s. I blowed it up, but now you know.
But you know what? People like that gonna catch the karma whether you do it or whether you do it to the internet, whether they do it to themselves. But
now it's not. It's become dangerous these days because I feel like you don't know what extent these people will go when you blow up his family and his wife leaving him and taking the kids and people are angry. You feel like he done lost everything and he know your address. It's like I can't even look at him. If I was able to find out you married, your wife should be able to find out that you got multiple side chicks. So I wish y'all the best. That's how I do it. I wipe my hands off.
It's destroying social media, and social media is destroying relationships because of that reason alone. But it's not necessarily social media's fault, because we all make the decisions we make as grown as people. But social media don't help because that fuels the fire that is, and that's why a lot of people are in their 40s, not in relationships, still online talking about, oh, well, I can do this, but I need a man to do that, and I need a woman to do this, and I need you in your 40s because you too busy posting about it instead of actually genuinely looking for it if you really want it. Because you don't. Because if you really want it, you can get it. You just have to manifest it and then put yourself in a position to receive it. You can't find a man if you sit at home all day watching Netflix. You can't find a woman if you scared to ask a girl out when you see her and you like her. These are things that don't work. You can't do those things and expect any movement on your life. Like if you out and about and you see somebody, then you can approach them. But how can you do that at home? How can you do that at work? How can you do that? Like if you out with your friends enjoying life, you can, like, I ain't saying women should do that, but I mean, I don't see a problem with a woman asking a man, saying hello to a guy. Just saying hello. I'm not saying shoot your shot. I'm saying hello.
Like, hey, I've done that before.
But if a guy genuinely likes it, he's gonna take that. He's gonna take that. Okay, she spoke to me. I'm gonna take lead. But I ain't saying had a girl go to, oh, hey, let me buy you a drink. What's your name? No, don't do that.
Yeah, but quick, hey, and I feel like if you are a woman who really is confident about yourself, like honestly, I'm one of those people where like you randomly catch my eye. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. But you just randomly catch my eye. So if I turn around and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? That means okay.
A smart man will be like, oh, she's speaking to me. She ain't just speaking to me, speak to me.
Yeah.
Because if you are, then you're gonna say something after that. Like, hey, how you doing? You remind me of, or you look like blah blah blah. But either way, it's still a conversation at this point.
Yeah. Or even like, oh, I love
you smell good. Like, what is that? What you think? She just telling you that to tell you that? No, bro. She's opening the door to see if you're gonna come in.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, Jess Ico, that's all you get. That's all you get from me.
That's all it takes. That's all it
That's
takes.
all you get from me, because I'm not really one of those women. Like, I'm a Libra. Look, I'm ruled by Venus.
Through and through.
I'm a Taurus moon and a Libra sun. Like, that's all you get. If I do that much to you, you better
if
take
somebody
it.
tell you smell good and they give you a certain look. Now that's a woman. Now it ain't all cases, but a woman can look at you and tell you smell good in passing. Thank you, and y'all in passing. But if you at this place socially and y'all hanging out and a woman approach you and say you smell good, like she's telling you this for you to talk to her, stupid, not for her to just tell you smell good. Because if she was gonna say that, she can say you smell good, you say thank you, and she would keep moving. But if she tells you smell good and she's still in your face looking at you, she's inviting you into a conversation you should probably go into if you're attracted.
But you know, also, Jessica, what I've noticed is like a lot of guys can be intimidating by a woman just by her presence, and they not know what to say. Because I went on a date with a guy who online, he's like big man, you know, he's doing big things in the industry. But let me tell you something, like, why do you act like that? Why you act like you nervous or you shy? Like, I really don't get it. That kind of turns me off, because it's like I'm already, like, I'm doing more than what I would do to try to get you to just loosen up. But I don't know. You have to work on.
Y'all not the easiest species to talk to sometimes. Okay? Y'all not the easiest species to talk to. Women can be real intimidating, and that's just for somebody that has shy moments with women if they really like them. And some guys don't care, but some guys are genuinely intimidated. Not in a bad way, but in a damn, she's fine. I don't even know if she would even pay attention to me type situation. Because some may be intimidated by your beauty or by your presence, by the way you carry yourself. That's no knock against women. I don't think women should change anything. I just think that men should be able to have more balls to approach a woman, because we don't do that sometimes. Because
social media has ruined it, because it's so easy to like. All you gotta do is like 10 of her pictures. Like 10 of her pictures, send her DM with emoji eyes, and boom. Easy.
That ain't how that work though. That ain't how the system work. Like, you can shoot a shot, but why not go? What's you gonna go through all of that when you can just go straight to the DM and say what you gotta say? Win, lose, or draw.
Oh, they do that. Oh my God.
But I'm not saying it always works. But I'm saying, like, instead of wasting your time commenting under 15 pictures and 100 pictures, I'm not finna do that. I'm finna go in your inbox. Excuse me. I am Jess Ico. It's nice to meet you. I was wondering if we can get to know each other. It's very simple. Yes or no.
Yeah. It's like, because first of all, it's giving me like the guy from You, Joe from You.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what you over here doing? What you over here doing?
Why you gonna like all these pictures and make all these comments and then go on my inbox, bro? Pick one. Don't do it all. Don't you do it too much, bro. And there's a lot of them that do that. But social media has destroyed it, and I'm a firm believer of that, and it's really hard for us to get around that, because that's what people think. And people aren't as private anymore. Like you were saying, some women are bigger, some women aren't bigger. And some of the women that are nicely shaped may post in some lingerie or bikini. More than likely lingerie, just because it's lingerie. And they ain't Instagram models. They ain't models at all, actually. They just post themselves, and then they wonder why they get the dick pic. Well, you kind of put yourself in a position where a guy thinks if you're half naked all the time, then that's what you own. Not occasional. Not if you have a swimsuit on. I ain't talking about a swimsuit if you're on the beach, you kicking it. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about you in your bathroom in some lace, and you looking nice, and you post yourself, and that's the third picture you done this week. I don't think any simple man is gonna be like, nah, she's just cool. They gonna think she about something, so they gonna try her, and then come the dick pics. It's just you have to present yourself in the way you want to be treated. And I'm not saying that all women are doing that.
Are you on Instagram right now? I want you to go to my personal page. I am Kayla Honey, because the type of DMs that I get, you would think that that's the type of stuff I post. All I post is makeup and beauty stuff. Like, you would think I got my ass bent over and
law averages. It worked before. I told audacity. I told you. It's just a law of averages. It didn't work before. That's why they do it. Yeah. I'm telling you. You ain't not think about it. For every guy that go into a woman's DM, I'm trying to tell you, whatever they done said or did or sent over to them, it didn't work before. That's why they do it. Ain't nobody dumb enough to keep sending something to 100, 200 women all the time, all these women, and ain't nobody responding. You talking to yourself, and you gonna keep talking to just all these women you trying to talk to? No, it's worked before.
Someone might be talking to themselves for real.
But guess what? In your DM, but in In Sarah's DM, that shit worked, and she didn't gave him money and sex off the top. So damn, if she did it, somebody else gonna do it. So they're gonna keep doing that shit. Is the dumbest reasoning and rational, but they do it. That's what they do. I can tell you.
Look at my face.
I know it's so stupid, but that's some men do that shit. Like we do it. We gonna send whatever we gonna send because a woman then gassed him up and then gave him exactly what he wanted from doing it the first time. Is learned behavior. It's not something. Some people are psychos. It's a small percentage. The bigger percentage of people that do that, whether it's men or women, send those pictures because women send naked pictures too. Don't get it twisted. Oh yeah, it's worked before. Yeah, that's the problem. They accept it. They accept so minimum from some people, and that's what creates the expectation because you get minimum effort and you get maximum results. So if they sending it to you, Kayla, I'm telling you. Between them other 9 girls he didn't send it to, one of them screwed him already this week probably. Another one probably gave him some money. Another one sending some naked pictures back to him. It's a law of averages. People just not out here just doing it for no reason. Like I said,
social media has made it so easy to access people because I'm a 90s baby, but I wasn't partying in the 90s. But remember they used to just go, I guess they would go to the club or the house party or
let me tell you, I was because I'm 41 and I was tribute to a good time in dating and fun where it was right before the internet cracked. I mean, we had internet too, but we didn't base life off social media. It was just like, because phones didn't have internet like that. And this is showing my age, but I don't care because I look young. So when social media started, it was only on a computer. You couldn't access it from your phone. Your phone still had buttons, and it was a green screen. There was no iPhones yet. So when you went out, you had to really type in somebody's phone number, and text messages weren't even really heavy. And you can even talk to nobody after 9 o'clock, or you was gonna get in trouble.
Oh yeah,
so when you went out and you were dating, because like this was the age where I was coming out and being able to date women, because it was right around that time, right before the internet cracked and iPhones hit, and you can get on the computer with your phone and apps were made. You can go out to the club and dance with a girl. You may not even know this girl, but you have a whole dance session with her and you leave. You dance with somebody else. People dancing with people interacting with people. And at the end of the night, you chose who you wanted to talk to. It was them there like an all-night audition, but everybody just partying, having a good time, dancing, drinking, smoking, whatever they was doing, whatever their vice was. You'll be out in the club. And that's what it was about. It was about dancing, listening to music. Yeah, you dance with your girls, but if a dude walk up behind you and your girls don't look at him weird, and it's like, okay, girl, you can dance with them, they gonna dance. Yeah. And that's how girls looked out for each other, by facial expressions. They didn't look out by saying, nah. They look at you, okay, it's a go. He good, you can dance on him. Or a girl look back and see what he look like. Yeah. So if you was bold enough, you go dance with her. And sometimes you knew some of the people in her crew, so it was easy to dance with her. Sometimes you didn't. Point I'm trying to make is it was actual human interaction. It didn't require a cell phone. You actually had to be in their face and see them. And that's why they always made jokes about, man, I wonder what she looked like when the lights come on. Because it's dark. It's dark. But she looked good at night, or you drunk, or both. But either way, you still, when the lights getting ready to come on, they fade on, and you see a girl, you can shoot your shot before she leaves. Exchange numbers, and
that sounds fun as hell.
Let me tell you, it was what a time to be alive. That's
these days, all they do is like they just stare at you, you know. They just stare. Normally, us as girls, we dance, and they just stare.
Because girls kick it with their girls and have hookah and act gay, and they not really gay. But they act fake gay in the club, so that guys don't talk to them, or they just want to have a good time and not be bothered. That's fine. But that most creeps are looking at girls, scared to talk to them because they're in a group of older girls like a herd of lions, and it's like, nah, they're not finna go over there and talk to them because you're gonna get dragged in and out of there.
It takes a bold man too, and normally if he does, you know, okay, you actually walked over here.
Right, but if a woman ain't attracted to him, the ugliest face he gonna receive. Like, and that's another reason why guys have trouble talking to women. But you shouldn't be trying to talk to women in the club anyway, unless you on some BS anyway. But that's why I don't really
feel like if you are ugly and you dress nice, because one thing I'm gonna speak from one point of view, you may be facially challenged, but one thing about women, okay, look at his watch. Oh, look at his shoes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can be put together and not attractive to somebody. That's true.
yeah,
You can be.
we're entertain him, you know, and you know that's how a lot of people end up with they shrink, you know.
You right, and it's
His
somebody for
confidence.
everybody. And I think that sometimes you being going out of your comfort zone to date a different person that you might not normally date is cool, but you got to be honest with yourself on how you feel about that. That's just the reality. You got to be honest with yourself. Are you gonna really do this shit or not? Like, but
Yeah.
that's the risk you run. But you're right though. I mean, like it's a lot of beautiful women that they put together really nice, but they may not be
Yeah.
Esco.
Yeah.
I may not be attracted. It's just it is what it is. You know what I mean? No disrespect. You beautiful. You well put together. You just may not be for me.
I know
And
personally for me, I've been turned off by people's personality. Like I remember it was 3 dates, okay?
3 dates?
Oh yeah, I went on 3 dates with this guy. By the third date, I was like this man really like dug himself in a hole. This was like maybe like during the pandemic, okay? And he really dug himself. First of all, he started bringing up, he was just being very homophobic for no reason. Like if my son was gay, I would beat his ass. Like, sir, first of all, where did this come from? So we get into a discussion. I'm like, I don't give a damn who my child end up, as long as she ain't with nobody who's mistreating her and somebody who's not making her happy. Like, I don't give a damn if she come home with a puppy and they in a relationship together. I care about my child's happiness, who makes her happy. Like, why are you bringing that up? Okay.
Right.
Then what really made him go down the hill? Like, we went to I like to challenge people. I like to know about your mind, and I can't be nobody that's dumb. So I suggested that we go to the like the little escape room.
Yeah.
The escape room, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna get this, I'm smart, I'm good at stuff like this. So it was me and him, and they paired us with like 4 other white guys, right? Because they gotta put you together. So we get into the room, and this man embarrassed the hell out of me. He is dumb. He can barely read. And what was embarrassing is like me and the other 4 white guys, like we was really getting it. We was cracking the codes, and he's standing behind me looking dumb. And it got to the point when I was like, are you gonna help us? And then when the white boy started laughing, like I knew he felt embarrassed. And that was like, I kept telling myself, you know what? When I get home,
wow.
Rule number 1, ladies, if you're gonna end something with a guy, wait till you get home and wait till you're safe. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know what you might want.
I like that.
Also, after that, we went to have Mexican food, right? So he was like, my unemployment ran out because this was during the COVID days where they was really letting people go. They was really letting people go. People lose their jobs. He was like, my unemployment ran out 2 weeks ago. I was like, wait a minute, why are you sitting here with me buying me Mexican food and you're like literally have no money coming in? And he was like, I'm gonna be all right. I was like, you're irresponsible.
Nah, you can't be out here. You can't be out here like that. That story is crazy.
You spending your last dollars on me does not impress me. That lets me know you would have us in the poorhouse and you would have us in the shelter. And when I got home, I said, I think you just need to get this is my speech. I've given this speech to a lot of guys. I hope they take it. I just, I think you need to get your, self together. I think you have a lot of work that you need to do. And, when you get yourself together, if I'm available, maybe we can, link back up. That's my speech. I always get them. I don't actually mean it. But I hope that they go into the future with the next lady and realize that you need to get yourself together. Like, you cannot be out here dating.
Here's a question for you that sparks a question in me, my curiosity. What if a man sent that to you after a date?
I would actually be okay with that.
You would be okay with that same? Because I'm only asking because I was thinking like, damn, as a man, what would I say if somebody told me that? Like how would I feel? Like, would I be pissed off? Would I be like, damn, that's cool, she said that? Would I be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, based off that situation, he was 150% right. I'm not saying you was wrong.
I'm never rude with it as well because I feel like, as a person, I always hope to we can be friends, even though they don't want to be friends. Their goal is to
if I'm dating you, I don't want to be your friend. I got too many friends. I don't
want to be really? Oh, I'll be wondering because I be like, I just want to. Maybe we can. I
don't want to be no friend. Like I got friends. Like Kayla, yeah, we good. Like I got friends. Like,
Yeah, but
thank you, no thank you.
like even I went on a date with a guy as well. This was during COVID days, and I can tell that he liked his women, blonder, lighter, blue
Mm-hmm.
eyes. Cause we went to a spot downtown that was really diverse.
Mm-hmm.
And every little brunette or blonde that walked by, his eyes, he just couldn't help himself. So I said, you know what? I'm getting a little sleepy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and head home. I was like, well, look, I don't want you to ruin your night. You should stay and mingle. And I'm sure he did.
That's not rude though. That's just that's being observant. Reading the
Yeah.
room. That's reading the room. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying because I'm trying to imagine in my mind how many guys would take what you said with reality instead of anger or judgment, because they are being judged, but at the same token, are you able to take criticism? And
Yeah.
that's a huge thing in relationships, and as well as getting to know somebody. As a man or a woman, are you really willing to be able to take criticism from somebody that genuinely is telling you something versus trying to disrespect you?
Because
A
I
lot of
actually
us
care. Because I know
but I
personally,
think people do, and that's the
I can
problem.
take you for all your money and leave you broke and go on with my
Right?
life, but
Exactly.
it's not right for you to be spending your last on me. You need to get your priorities
Exactly.
together.
I agree.
Like you need to get your priorities together. It's not okay to be, having no income coming in, but you're out. Like I'm all about, what you call it, dolo. What they call it, dolo?
Yeah.
YOLO. What is called
Yeah.
YOLO?
YOLO?
Yeah, that's what
You
they be
only live
saying.
once? You only live
Yeah,
once?
that's
YOLO.
cool, but like you a grown ass man with bills. Get your life together.
No, man, I don't. I'm not taking nobody out, and I got bills to pay. That's just not gonna happen. When I got time, I'm gonna set something up. I'm gonna be thoughtful. I'm gonna listen to what you like. I'm gonna accommodate that and
Thank you for
go
saying
from
that.
there.
Listen to what she likes, because if you know I'm lazy, I'm a little lazy, so don't have me hiking up. I don't mind hiking with you when we in a relationship. Okay.
No, what the thing is, a man that's dating a woman that really wants to date a woman has to listen to what
Yeah.
that you have to be capable of asking those open-ended questions to get information. Because if you're not getting information back from that woman, how can you properly take her? If you know her favorite food is Mexican and you know her favorite color, then why can't you get her some flowers and take her to go to a Mexican restaurant? Like
Yeah.
if you know she likes skating, why don't you just take her skating? Like, this ain't a hard thing to do. It's really remedial if you ask me, but they make it so difficult. And then when you actually do it, women be like, well, why are you single? Because I pay attention and I'm not gonna just accept anything. I don't care if I'm a good guy. That don't mean you're a good woman.
No.
I'm not accepting just anything. Those days are dead and gone. Like, there are standards here, just like it's standards on that side.
Yeah.
And some people don't realize that. Like, I'm not gonna keep. This is another pet peeve of mine. I'm not gonna keep calling, texting, emailing, DMing you, and I'm not getting that reciprocation back. You better show me some interest, or I'm gonna show myself the door, because you're not finna sit up here and play with me. Like, I don't. Like I said, that comes in with women that are just casually dating. If you date multiple guys, that's cool. I just don't. I'm not finna be contestant number 4.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be contestant number 3. I'm not gonna do any of that. And it's no diss to you. That's just not me. And you can be
Especially
great.
when you have a guy, like you said, like you're actually trying to set a
Right.
date. Like, you're trying.
Like, how would you feel if you really into somebody and then you find out you really like third on this list, the people she's been talking to?
Yeah.
And not to mention, they didn't just start talking to her all at the same time. They already have time put in. So you already behind the 8 ball. So you can't
You know what? That's a great way of summary. Like, you literally in line.
You in line. Like, you in line. Like, and that's why that's why I guess I'm just old school like that. Yeah, I'm just old school because I can only if I'm interested, I'm just interested in you. I'm not gonna be interested in Kayla and go on a date with Pam tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Now, conversations is different. If you having a DM conversation or messenger conversation, who cares? Those can come and go. Yeah. But when you start seeing somebody, y'all going a couple
days. Like, wait a minute now. Like, what's
so now I'm talking to Kayla and I'm still going to have to date Pam too. First of all, again, I repeat, my pockets ain't built like that. I have a 9-year-old. I don't have time for that. I got responsibilities. I'm not going to be paying for all this. So I got to one at a time is cool with me. If that one at a time don't work, we go a couple weeks, it don't work out. I'm cool with starting over. Yeah. You have to be able to be uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not going to be happy because you have to be able to just be able to say, you know what, this ain't working. I'm going to just move on. And if you find somebody if not, you move on. You can't put yourself in a situation where you constantly just talking to multiple people. Okay. Well, and this didn't work. I still got Pam on the back burner. What you doing later, Pam? Okay. Pam didn't work. Okay. I'm going to go get Alicia. Alicia, what you doing? Okay. That didn't work. You got all these backup plans. That's why you ain't got no original plan now, because you too busy working on backup plans and fear that what you really like don't work because you ain't trying hard enough.
And then they hold on to your phone number. Like, I'll never forget. It was 9:00 at night because I remember I was in the doing some makeup content, and some random number calls me. Mind you, I just got this number like a year and a half ago. So I said, okay, this is somebody. I haven't been giving my number out like this. So who the hell could this be? And I hear a like a British accent because I was like, I already know who this man is. He was like, Kayla. I was like, hello. He was like, how you been? I was like, I haven't talked to you in over 6 months, and I don't know why you're currently calling me. Please do not call me again. And I hung the phone up like, dude, how dare you?
Yeah, especially if you're not interested. But that's the thing with me is like, if somebody not interested. Don't ask me when you see me, man, where you been hiding at? Nowhere. You just was talking to some other nigga and I was in line. And so I don't want to be in line anymore. So I got out of line and I moved on. So don't ask me where I've been when you were somewhere else with somebody else, up under somebody else. Don't do that because I'm not Boo-Boo the fool. Like me meeting somebody and being interested in them, it's a guy that you're talking to. It's very rare. Now I ain't saying all the time, but it's very rare that you meet somebody, Kayla, that don't got somebody already or somebody in the works.
Or somebody that's kind of like at the end, they both are like,
or you on the way out, or you got somebody that you're using for, physical activities. I'll say that. You dig what I'm saying? Like, people got people. So don't just expect to go into somebody's life being them, oh, I don't got nobody. Neither do I. Oh, okay, let's talk. No, my guy, you in line. It's probably 2 or 3 guys ahead of you. That's just the way it is now. If she's
Jessica is also like, I'm somebody that's celibate. Like, I've been celibate for a few years. I'm not gonna tell you the year, but I've been celibate and I have not been dating at all. Like, if I meet a guy tomorrow, he's gonna be like, I know you got other niggas. Like, I know you got niggas. Like, well,
that's the assumption because most of us do. Not men and women. I ain't talking about just women. Men and women do. And it's very rare that you don't. Like, in this instance, I ain't gonna lie, but not do my own right. If I wanted to, I think I could. I just choose not to. I'm in a different place where I'm trying to build something and grow something on my own, and I need some time where I need to just focus on that versus.
And dating is exhausting. Like,
dating is extremely exhausting. It is annoying. Like, it's annoying, and it's not supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to be that way. I'm supposed to be able to just be excited about when I see your number pop up on my phone. I'm supposed to be excited. Like, I'm supposed to be happy to get a message from you. I don't have that right now, so I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I do. But when I decide to do that, that's what I want to do because the woman I'm interested in, and I know she's interested in Jessico, not Jessico and Paul and James and everybody else. Like, I don't want to be in nobody's lineup. I'm not in nobody's roster because
that's fair,
And that's just where I'm at.
I've been through that as well, Jessica, and I will tell you something. I literally went to go see this man, and when like a week or 2 later. He literally had chilling with another girl. And I was like,
exactly. Because guess what? That's what happens. That's what happens. People, like, and you was pissed off, right? But see,
it hurt.
But see, guess what? If he was up front, that's one thing. And even if they are, but how difficult it is to get to know somebody when they already knowing somebody. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. But I'm saying it's very, very unlikely if you're dating multiple people and you just decide to pick one, you got to push all them other people off. If a guy did that, he'd be a hoe. If a girl do it, it's just casually dating. It's a difference. People look at it different. It's a huge.
You think that? I actually think it's the opposite.
It's a huge double standard. No, if a girl's casually dating, that's what she gonna say because it's really guys is in the inbox all the time.
Like you said, if I get on Instagram right now and say, yes, I have 5 days lined up this week and I'm going out with all of them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're going to assume that I'm a hoe.
No,
they're going to assume that I'm having
depends
sex
on
with
what you
all of
do.
them.
Depends on what you're doing, though. Depends on the dates. If you in detail, I don't look at it that way. I'm like, damn, she got a lot of dates. Like either she really hungry or she's, casually dating. Like in my case, I'll be like, damn, she hungry? She going on a lot of dates. Because all dates usually have food.
So you haven't seen those videos where like guys are saying like, I don't want a woman with a high body count. But yeah, it was a video that I don't want to care about that. Body count.
If you worry about
he
body
said
count,
that he had sex with over 100 women.
Right. That's stupid. First of all, why you worried about what they did before you? You should be worried about what they're doing to you.
Okay. Now, one thing I can say about this, Jessica, as somebody who's celibate, when I do get into a relationship and I'm ready to be intimate, I would like to see them STD and HIV results.
Well, you probably should, because you probably gonna kill somebody when you go ahead and pop off after a while. You need to make sure they got health insurance. You need to make sure they got health insurance. You need to make sure they shots, they up to date. You do all that because you not active, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong.
But I will, just because I'm not having sex with men, I do take care of myself and others.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not here to judge that. Okay. I encourage that. I actually encourage that for everybody. Everybody should take care of themselves. It saves you a lot of stress and grief and headaches. Take care of yourself.
$29.
That's called self-care. That's called self-care. You can literally
be satisfied. I also think that's why it's made dating because I've heard women say to me like, "Ooh, girl, I could not be celibate." Like, let me tell you something. When you know your worth and you know that you're a good person overall, like having somebody just take your vagina or your penis and then just move on to somebody else, like. Absolutely not. Like I can't like
self-care is self-care.
Like I am like Kayla.
But you're right though. You're right though. But that's the problem, because you get attached to a soul that's not a good spirit when you sexually put yourself in a situation with a chick or a dude. Like, people always use the word toxic. No, it's not. It's damn demonic, because you put in another spirit that's evil into your body because she look good. She got a banging body. I don't care if she got 1 kid or no kids or 15 kids. Like, if she's willing to do that, she's a sexually liberated woman. God bless her. But you gotta look, man. You might put yourself in a situation where she may not be a good person. He may not be a good person, and you sit up here having sex with them. You exchange your body, you exchange your energy. So at this point now, they have a tie to you. They have a tie to you, and you don't know why you feeling a certain way and why shit is happening.
Why you depressed?
Check it out, because you got that woman in your life. You got that man in your life that ain't doing nothing for you other than screwing you and leaving you alone and giving you a headache. That's a real thing. And
then add on the people that they also are having sex with behind your back.
Oh my God!
They're demons.
Man, I'm telling you, that's why I said when you said you were celibate, there's nothing wrong with that. Having self-care is important. That's a part of self-care.
Good. Let me tell you something. I feel good.
That's self-care. But when you decide to go get in a relationship and you liberate it and y'all start to do that thing, it's gonna feel good too, because you're gonna know it's real. You dig what I'm saying? And you hope that it's real. You never really know until you get that ring on your finger.
I know.
But you would know, because I think that I don't really use zodiacs like that. I'm not huge on it, but I will say that as one thing I learned about who I am as a zodiac character is that when you feel something, you feel it. You like, okay, this feel right. And even if you know it's wrong and you still feel it, you still do it. Because sometimes we all fall short and be on some ignorant stuff. We'll be like, man, I shouldn't even did that.
Yeah. The last time that I was intimate with somebody, it didn't even go through because I caught, like, when he touched me, I got chills.
Ooh. Yeah, that's usually not.
Like, I remember going to the bathroom and I was like, I'm about to go. Yes, and so like, and you want to know what's crazy? That wasn't the first time we was intimate before.
I'm telling you, God got a way of showing you, whether it's through energy, whether it's through vision, whether it's through just common sense to get up out of somewhere, do something different. This ain't for you. Like, you got to know that. And when you dating, you got to know that. Like, but that's, again, I'm traditional. I'm not going to date Kayla, Pam, Latrice. I'm not going to date multiple women because I know when I'm putting my information and my energy into that, it's all there. So I would want that back. If you can't do that, that's cool. We just ain't gonna be able to vibe because I'm not gonna try to prove to you my worth over multiple men that you already dating. That's already ahead of this line. I just met you today, but you knew them dudes 3-4 weeks, so they already got the heads up on me.
I know. When you say it like that, it's so funny because you gotta think about it like they've already invested so much time.
Exactly. So
I
why
never
not see that
look at it
through?
like that. You know,
see that through. If it don't work out, that's cool. Then maybe we can have a conversation. See that through though. See that story through before you open up a chapter to another book. Before you open up another book at all, just finish reading that one. If you don't like it, you can close it halfway through and push it away. Put it back on the shelf, or put it in the library where you got it from. Go get another book. But I don't want to start reading a book. Stop reading that book. Hold on to it. Keep it. And pick up another book. Start reading that one. Ooh, let me put this book down. You ain't gonna never get nothing done. You ain't gonna never get nothing done. Like it's not like writing a song or a poem because you can always go back to those because that's more personal in tune. But when you dating somebody, you can't just put that person down and then go pick up another person because that's who you want to talk to that day. You can because it's casual and it's okay. But if you genuinely want to have a relationship with somebody and it's one person and you want to grow, marriage, whatever you want to call it, then you cannot. I don't think it's possible to get to know somebody if you're getting to know 3-4 people. I just don't. I don't see
also,
that.
I think that a lot of people just feel like you gotta just rush, like especially with us. You really got a timeline set for us. You need to be married and have kids. I feel like if it's something, if you are at a place, I know me personally, it's hard for me to see. Like I know, like I would like to get married, but it's kind of hard to see that because I haven't met anybody yet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like if you are a person, you are a man, maybe it's not a good place in your life right now, or you're a woman, it's not a good place in your life. Like hold off on that person. Don't ruin it. Don't go over here and be like, I'm gonna try to mix them in with who I'm also dating. Like
that don't work.
Hold it off. If they're special and you know they're special, just hold off. Pray to God they don't find somebody else and just hold off and come back to them when you get that stuff out your system. I think that's
really important. You don't want to, and it's almost like wasting a good person. Like you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you leading a person on and you're not ready to go that route with them.
Yeah.
Like don't do that to that person because they may be ready and you're not ready, then don't do that. Just be casual. Don't go into it. If you see somebody that's dope, I think you're super dope. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm working on me. Just make sure you upfront. Communication will solve a lot of problems in these relationships, and it's just not there because people scared to open up and be who they are. And the more you do that, the more separation that comes between men and women. And in dating period, the more we separate ourselves and communicate and don't reciprocate, it's gonna be continued separation. We're gonna keep seeing people not in relationships in a mid 40s, early and mid 40s, because they haven't figured out how to communicate with somebody and be upfront with them. I know why I'm single and I'm good. I'm gonna be okay. But if you can ask somebody that,
Jess Ico, I had it's a lady that's a spiritual reader. I go to her like twice a year, and she told me that you're not going to get married till later on in life. And I was like, I already knew that because I have an 11-year-old daughter. So it's too many perverts out here who are preying on single parents, and my daughter has never met any man that I've met, and that says a lot about how I date.
No, it does, but it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, that plays a factor in it. So, telling me I'm okay with, getting married at 40. I'm okay getting married at 40. My baby will be off to college. Me and my husband go on cruises every 6 months and go on vacation. I'm okay with that. But I know like right now, like I'm good. And also, as we get towards the end, I've got work to do. Okay. What are some things that that you worked on or you still working on where it needed to be done or it needs to be done in order before you meet your true soulmate again?
I think that the work that I do every day is I try to be better daily. I get up, I pray. I'm happy that I'm still here and God kept me. And I try to start my day with that same juice and energy that I need to get through the day. But throughout that process of being who I need to be, to do work, to find somebody, I always say this, and I'm going to keep saying it. When God showed me it's time for her to show up, that's what He's going to do. And until that time frame, all I can do is continue to try to make myself prepare for that. Like, you can prepare yourself for marriage, you can prepare yourself for a woman, but if you don't know who that person is, like some people be like, well, how am I prepare if I don't know who I'm gonna get? You don't ever know what you're gonna get. That's why it's called dating in the first place. But you at least put yourself in a position to make sure you mentally stable, that you have your affairs in order financially. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be rich. I'm just saying put yourself in a position where you don't have to worry. So if you in trouble, you good. And if you need to grow, continue to grow. But make sure you find somebody that's on the same platform and level as you to understand your comprehension of where you're going, y'all trajectory. Where are y'all going together?
Exactly.
Because everybody say, well, I want somebody that's all the way put together. Impossible. Unless you find a millionaire or somebody that's just really in that situation where they're all 100% put together. We all gonna have cracks in our armor because we've been through stuff.
It's
so
like, what can you tolerate? You know, like
right, and that's what I'm saying, and that's how that's the work in itself, because some things is going to require compromise. Like, and as long that's the work, compromising, because whatever Kayla got going on in her life personally, whoever you bring into your life with you is going to have to compromise on something on their side. It's not going to be 100%. Oh, this is going to come together like glue. No, it's going to be something that you're going to have to compromise on. It's going to be something y'all going to have a conversation on that requires proper communication, compromise, and reciprocation. Because the reciprocal energy you give someone is very important, because they need to know that they care, that you care, that you're there for them and they're there for you. You have to be confident in that. And most importantly, at least as a man, you need to be able, this is the most important, you need to be able to make sure your woman is protected and covered. And and I'm not talking about defending her honor, fighting off dudes. I'm talking about spiritually protected, mentally protected, like physically, emotionally protected, being able to come to you and speak to you without judgment or negativity. And it don't always require that, but in order to really have a good relationship, I truly believe you need to be able to protect a woman in all facets. If you don't do that, if a woman doesn't feel protected, she's going to go where she's going to feel protected, or she's going to do something else. And
or I feel like those roles reverse, where now she's protecting the family. You know,
she shouldn't be, and she shouldn't be. That's not how this works.
And there are a lot of women in relationships.
Let me say that whatever works for each relationship, let it work. But I'm saying I was brought up in the sense of making sure that whatever needs to be done in a relationship. And this is what I've learned as I've grown as well, because I didn't say when I was married, I didn't know a lot of this stuff. I didn't know the true meaning of protection. I didn't know the true meaning of proper communication and having uncomfortable conversations. I didn't know a lot of that stuff. And it's not by any fault of my own. Maybe I should have did the research before. Maybe you should have went to marriage counseling. Maybe I should have done more things. Maybe I should have been more spiritually inclined with God so that he can lead me to be a good leader in my marriage. A lot of different things. But I want to make sure I'm a protector. I want to, and a protector in every facet of whoever I choose to be with, because that's the most important. If you feel protected, you can be whoever you need to be and grow, and we can grow as a unit, because that's, at the end of the day, as a team, you have to grow together. Everybody's not going to have it all together. So me, that's all I'm going to work on. Just making sure that I'm learning how to be the proper protector for her and feed her. So that way we grow together. Because if I'm doing those things, she's going to give it back to me in the way that I need it, so that we grow. So that's the work.
And she's going to feel safe too coming
That's
to you.
what's important.
You know, I feel like having a friends are amazing, you know, but I feel like once you get married, like when you're down, you're having a hard day at work, like, shouldn't your husband be the one you lay in bed and tell him like how your boss getting on your nerves and how they mistreat you?
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one you got to give all that information to, because you're supposed to be able to pour it on to them so they can take it. And vice versa. Like if a man needs to be vulnerable enough to be able to speak to his woman and say, look, I'm having a bad day. This is what's going on. A lot of men feel like they can't do that because they're supposed to be the strong one. But guess what? Women are stronger than men. So you need to realize that they can carry a lot. They carry a lot. So it's like, even though you're the leader, even though you're the leader and you the protector, and you can provide, and y'all can provide together. Don't give me that he provides everything unless he making six figures, because we ain't in that industry. That's a whole nother conversation. because provision is based off relationships, which is based off y'all thing. Whatever y'all got work for y'all, let it work for y'all. Anyways, making sure that she's protecting and able to be comfortable with you to release as much as she can on you so that you can continue to lead. And every now and again, you can feed that back to her if you're having a down moment. That's going to make the makings of a great team. And that's what it's all about. It's about being a good team together. What works for y'all together? Y'all, not Kayla and Jessica relationship, not Tom and Lucy relationship. What works for your relationship that makes y'all strong? What does that look like to y'all? And without communication, without reciprocation, and also having a spiritual balance with each other, that's all necessary in having that. So that's me. That's all I work on, making sure all my levels are intact. So when I do approach a woman and I want to go on a date and I want to go certain mode, this is where I'm at. And I'm prepared for that. If I wanted to do it, I could do it right now. But I think me looking more into myself and just spiritually searching deep inside for me is what I prefer to do right now, only because it'll help me be more enlightening and grow as a human being. Like that way I'll be that much better when I do go into a relationship.
Right. That's such a great perspective. I feel like, one of my biggest things in life is and one of the reasons why I put that up on Instagram, because I wanted a man who was able to really have a great conversation. I didn't want anybody that wanted to battle me about, man, like I wanted something where a man could be vulnerable, and I really appreciate you even, just
no problem.
reaching out as well. I know personally for me, the work that I've got to do, I feel like, as I've matured as a woman, it took a lot of honesty to realize, okay, I don't have a lot of people that I've been in love with. I've probably been in love like once throughout my adulthood. Now, mind you, I'm 32. That's I don't have a lot of experience, but the people that I did thought that they loved me, I realized that they did not love me based off, how they treated me. And that sucks when you actually swallow that pill, because somebody can tell you they love you, but their actions don't show that they love you. And I always tell people it's easy to fall in love. You know how you just spending time with somebody and you're like, oh my God, like I love you. But when it's time to fall out of that love, that's a long process.
Love is a heavy toe. I love some women, but I've only been in love one time.
Yeah, and I
married her.
I know the work that I've got to do with myself is just honestly just be open, have my heart open when I do meet somebody. Because right now, I think she closed. She locked down, she got a lockbox code. And I hope that whoever I meet, I just hope he has a lot of patience with me. A little patience, a lot of the things, a lot of couples and people dating, they move kind of quick. And me, I may be running a little bit slow. It doesn't mean that I don't like him or anything. I just hope that, because a lot of times with me, I feel like the guys that I've tried to date, they feel like I may not be that into them,
Well, communicate that to them. When you decide it's somebody that you're interested in and y'all start having conversations, let them know. That's what I mean by communication. Even in beginning stages of anything you do, make sure that you're properly communicating that, because if you said it, then either they're going to pay attention to what you're saying and accommodate that.
And don't pressure me. Don't pressure me.
Yeah, don't pressure. If they know how you moving, then that should never be a problem, because it's like, okay, I know Kayla is a little guarded, a little jaded right now. Let me accommodate that because I'm interested. You'll stick around where you want to be.
Yeah.
If you don't want to stick around, then you're not going to stick around regardless of the situation. So if you tell them like, look, it's been a while for me to do X, Y, Z. Yeah. This is where I'm at right now. They're either gonna cater to that, or they're gonna not listen at all and keep going at their route, and y'all ain't gonna talk anyway. So it's just make sure you communicate that, and and I think you're a great person anyways. You'll find somebody that'll be more than happy to accommodate that, because they are into you. Like that's what it's all about. They just need to be into you. Yeah.
And also the fact that I have a daughter, nobody comes before my child. So
never should.
I know that's a debate about looking. I feel like when you are a single parent, it's a little different. It's a little different. And if you have a union where you the husband and the wife, you have children, you know, that's y'all foundation per the Bible if you go by that and stuff like that. As a
Mm.
single parent, nobody comes before my child. So, you know, just because you may want to go out with me on Tuesday, but baby, my baby has swimming lessons tonight. I ain't going. I ain't going. Or maybe me and my baby had plans to go to the circus. I can't make it. You know, things
Mm.
you'll be surprised. Things like that really irritate me, and that's the reason why I
Oh
just
man,
go.
that just show you who. That just show you who for
Oh
you and who
yeah.
not for you. And
Oh,
my son's mother is great with that. Like I don't have to worry about that. Not a woman I've even attempted to date here. It ain't been a lot, but no one's ever met my son, and I'm very, very, very private about my son because he means that much to me. I'm not exposing him to anybody that's not worthy, and no one's ever
and
gotten that
you're
far.
his role model too. You know, he's a
Yeah,
young man.
that's my guy, and he knows
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I love him to death, and he knows that. He know both his parents love him very much, and that's really what's super important. But it's also important to make sure when that time comes, it'll be a conversation had even with me and his mom. Because if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna let her because she's the primary caregiver. Like, who am I to
Yes.
just pop up with somebody and say, "Hey, this is somebody I'm dating"? No, we're gonna have a conversation because she's gonna meet our son. She gonna know it's serious then because if I'm introducing anybody, my son is dead serious. It's on and popping.
Right.
It's on and popping. Like we there. But it just I haven't gotten there. I'm not saying I won't ever in life.
Yeah.
I just move at a pace when it comes to my son. I'm very, very. It means so much to me, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just one of those things that I can't allow myself to just force that.
Exactly.
I can't
And you
force
know
that
what's so
emotion.
sad, Jessica? It's like you know, this is the reason why a lot of my friendships have kind of like, you know, are not as big as they used to be because, you know, I want to be around women that reflect the person I am, and
Mm.
just the way you are just sloppy and casually dating these bums when you have children, especially girls, like it kind of lets me know like who you are as a person, who you are as a woman, and I don't even want to be surrounded by you like that.
As you shouldn't.
You
That's a
know?
beautiful thing. You learn who you are from the
Mm-hmm.
people that surround you as well, because those people are supposed to hold you accountable like you're supposed to hold them accountable.
Exactly.
And whether it's friends, best friends, relatives, whoever you around,
Mm-hmm.
they should be holding you accountable for your actions
Right.
versus just rolling with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of my best friends, she lives in Tennessee, and we have a great time. We clown, we do everything. But if it was a point where I needed to hold her responsible, I would, and I would tell her,
Right.
"Look, this is what this looks like. This is not cool. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
appreciate this." And we may not disagree, and we may agree, but at the end of the day, we're friends because we can articulate that to each other, and that's important. And all friendships need that. So you're doing the right thing. If you got people around you, surrounding you, that's
Yeah.
not growing. You're not growing. Then what are they around you for?
Exactly. Like, well, Jessica, this was such a great episode. I want to say thank you so much for being
You're
a guest
welcome.
on this show. It definitely really helped me. It's, you know, sometimes with these shows, I've done a lot of these shows before, but you know, as you mature, the conversation got to get a little bit more deeper and it got to get a little bit more realer
Oh yeah.
because I honestly think there's so many single people out here and they think they know what they want, but they're scared to like really spend a few months, a few years to themselves and get to know themselves,
They
and
don't
they
know what they
all are
want.
struggling. And I just felt
They
like
don't
this
know.
topic was really needed because I feel like all the work I've done to myself, like I already know who I am. It's just, you know, timing. Just timing, you
Well,
know?
well, it is. You're right. It's all about timing, and you just gotta just stay prayed up and focus, and
Mm-hmm.
continue to do the work you're doing. Like I appreciate you having me on. It was a pleasure. But continue the work that you're doing and keep pushing your agendas for what you're trying to do. Your
Yeah,
talk
thanks.
shows, you know what I'm saying? All your shows and everything you're doing. Push those agendas, and what you need will fall into that, what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to look outside of what you're doing to see something special in your life. It'll fall into that.
Yeah.
Like just keep working on your grinds, your hustles. It'll fall into that. And
Yeah.
it should be able to flow right in with it. It shouldn't interrupt anything. And you won't even realize it until you in it.
Yeah. Now tell me about yourself. How can we reach you on social media and what do you have coming out? Because I did meet you at a movie premiere. You did
Yeah.
your little acting things, but I do see you dabbling in music. So give us a 411 before we
Man.
get the show.
The 411 on Jess Ico is I have two Instagrams. I have the at Jessico underscore DJE. I also have my music one, which is just Jco Music, JCO, not J Cole, but JCO like J Cole. That's what that's a nickname. J Ico Music 414. I do music, I act, but when I do music for therapy. It's not music to be an artist of sorts. It's more therapeutic. I do share it from time to time, but music has never been something to me trying to make it. I love music, so I like to create. So it's more therapy for me when I have time. But acting, I'm doing some extra stuff now, nothing too heavy. P Valley got some stuff coming up on P Valley.
Wait, P Valley's coming back?
It's the season coming back. Yeah, it's the third season. They finna start filming some stuff. I'm gonna be a part of that. This is extra work, nothing major. My friend told me about some stuff I missed with Cobra Kai on Netflix. I just missed that. I was supposed to do that, and I just missed that ball. But it's that season, so it's coming around. Trying to get back into the whole move of things, but it's been cool. So it's gonna be a good summer.